I'm Trudiyatri, you're watching TimesXP and welcome to the top US news today. United States President Donald Trump is working on a major change to the US immigration policy, one that could directly impact millions of migrants, including those who are living legally in the country. As part of a plan to reduce the number of immigrants in the US, Trump is expected to launch a new government department called the Office of Remigration. So, what exactly does this office plan to do? Simply put, it would be created to encourage or help migrants return to their home countries even if they are living in the US legally. The idea is based on something called remigration ideology, which supports reducing immigrants by promoting people to voluntarily go back to where they came from or to where they have legal status. This plan is mentioned in the 136-page document sent to key committees in the United States Congress, like the Senate Foreign Relations Committee and the House Foreign Affairs Committee. The document explains a massive reorganization of the US State Department, and one major part of it is this new Office of Remigration. Now, if Congress doesn't reject it, then the plan could move forward as early as July 1st. According to this particular proposal, the office will focus on making it easier for migrants to leave the US, not just those without legal status, but potentially even the legal migrants. While the government avoids using strong words like deportation, the office would push for voluntarily returned, which means migrants would be encouraged to leave on their own with support or guidance from the government. Now, this shows that as United States faces record immigrant numbers, well, in 2023, the number of foreign-born people living in the US hit 47.8 million, and this is according to the official data. Out of that, about 11 million people were living in the country without legal documents, says the Pew Research Center, which includes people who overstayed their visas, entered illegally, or lost their legal status. Now, supporters of this particular idea, including those in Trump's camp and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, says that it's actually making immigration policy stronger and focusing on the US national interest. Rubio didn't mention by the name in his statement, but said that the new structure of the state government is aimed at making it more efficient and focused on today's needs. However, critics are actually worried. They say that this move could actually harm immigrant families, making the US look unwelcoming and possibly lead to pressure on even legal migrants to leave. The fear is that this policy could treat all immigrants with suspicion, not just undocumented ones. At a time when America is home to 1/5 of all international migrants, this proposal marks a major shift. Ever since Donald Trump returned to the White House in January 2025, his administration has taken a tough stance on undocumented immigrants. And one name that's suddenly making headlines in this crackdown is Kash Patel, the new director of the FBI. Kash Patel is a close ally of Trump and is now playing a key role in helping the US immigration agencies like ICE and Custom Enforcement, with the DHS also, to deport illegal immigrants faster. According to reports, since Trump was sworn in again, over 10,500 people have already been arrested by the FBI in connection with immigration enforcement. But yes, this is not just the regular work for the FBI, which is usually focused on major crimes and national security. But under Patel's leadership, the FBI has started supporting mass deportation, working directly with ICE in raids across the country. Let me give you an example. In late May, a high-profile raid took place in the islands of Martha's Vineyard, that's in Massachusetts. The result? 32 people arrested with the FBI's direct involvement. Kash Patel has also been sharing updates regularly on social media. One such post highlights the arrest of Harpreet Singh, an undocumented immigrant who reportedly entered the US in 2022 and was wanted by the Indian authorities for alleged links to terrorism. The FBI tracked him down through its Sacramento field office, and Patel made sure that the public knew about it. But Patel's role hasn't been without any controversy, of course. Since he took over as FBI's director, many in the media and government have raised eyebrows. Critics say that he has been trying to push out senior officials, reshuffle the staff, and shift the agency's focus too heavily towards immigration issues, something that FBI hasn't traditionally done on such a large scale. His advisor, Erica Nye, defended the strategy. She said that during President Joe Biden's time in the office, the number of undocumented immigrants in the US rose sharply, reaching nearly 9 million people. And now the Trump administration is simply trying to fix that by cracking down. According to FBI records, by January 2025, around 13,000 out of 38,000 FBI staff has been involved in immigration-related tasks. Some of the most active officers working on these cases are in Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and San Antonio. A retired FBI agent who worked for 20 years told one of the biggest media houses that the agency's role in immigration enforcement may seem unusual, but it's necessary. He said that the FBI has access to powerful tools, databases, informers, and intelligence networks that can help catch not just undocumented individuals, but also dangerous criminals who are involved in smuggling and trafficking. An Indian American student named Megha Vimuri was barred from entering her own graduation ceremony at the famous Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, after she gave a very controversial speech supporting Palestine. Let me tell you, Megha was supposed to be the class marshal, a special honor, but just days before the event, MIT told her that she and her family could not attend. Now let me tell you why this happened. It all started when Megha spoke at the large MIT event called One MIT Commencement Ceremony on May 29th. Megha, who has been elected as class president and recently completed a double major in computation and cognition and also linguistics, gave a passionate speech criticizing MIT's connection with Israel. She said that the university was supporting what she called a genocide in Palestine and claimed that MIT's research partnership with Israeli government made it complicit. Importantly, her speech had not been approved in advance by the school. Well, after her remarks, MIT leaders were quite upset, not just about the message, but because they said that Megha has misled the organizers and turned the moment into a surprise protest. University Chancellor Melissa informed Megha that she would not be allowed to walk the stage at the graduation. Instead, her diploma would be sent by mail. Then, in response, Megha said that she was not disappointed because she was missing the ceremony. She said that I see no reason to walk across a stage of an institution that is complicit in genocide. However, she also claimed that the school overreacted and punished her without fairness or a proper process. According to a report by the Boston Globe, MIT received about $2.8 million from Israeli group that too between 2020 and 2024, which many explain why her words caused such a strong reaction. Megha is originally from Alpharetta, Georgia, and went to Alpharetta High School, graduating in 2021. She then joined MIT and studied fields related to computer science and human language. While at MIT, she also joined a student group called Written Revolution, which encourages revolutionary ideas through writing and art. Before college, she even interned at the Neuroscience Institute in South Africa and took part in several leadership and science programs. Her 4-minute speech at One MIT, where she also wore a red scarf that's a symbol of solidarity with Palestine, was shared widely online. Some praised her, but others were angry. She later deleted her LinkedIn profile after the backlash. MIT President Sally, who spoke after Megha during the event, tried to calm the situation. She reminded the crowd that MIT supports freedom of speech, but also said that the ceremony was meant to focus on the graduates. But you know what? This isn't the very first time that MIT has been in the spotlight. In December 2023, President Kornbluth appeared before the US Congress to just explain how MIT was actually handling student protests and anti-Semitism. While presidents of Harvard and UPenn later lost their jobs after the hearing, Con Bluth managed to keep hers. However, the incident with Megha has gotten national attention. US House Speaker Mike Johnson, a top Republican and close ally of Donald Trump, posted on X, calling her speech ignorant, hateful, and morally bankrupt. He even warned families to avoid sending their kids to MIT and Ivy League schools. Across the US, the 2023 school year saw many pro-Palestinian protests on college campuses. Graduation ceremonies turned into stages for protest speeches and walkouts. But in most cases, schools do not punish the students. And that's why MIT's decision to ban Megha from her own graduation has shocked many. Imagine if you could pay money to jump ahead in the long line for a US visa interview. Well, that's exactly what a new proposal from Donald Trump's campaign team is suggesting. According to a drafted plan dated May 17, Trump's advisories are working on an idea that would allow tourists and short-term business visa applicants to pay $1,000 extra to get a faster visa interview appointment. This would be on top of the regular $185 visa application fee that everybody already pays. This proposal comes at a time when the US visa interview wait time are painfully long in many countries. In India, for example, it can take several months or even over a year to get an appointment at the US Embassy or consulate. The new plan, being called a premium appointment system, would offer a shortcut for those who are willing and able to pay the high fee to move ahead in the queue. However, this fast-track option wouldn't change the visa rules themselves. You are still need to qualify for the visa and go through the same background check and documents. The only thing that changes is how quickly you can get your appointment. The Trump campaign says that this particular idea could actually help two things at once: improve customer service by speeding up the process for some, and raise extra money for the consular services. But yes, of course, not everybody is happy with this. Critics say that this kind of system favors the rich and could be unfair to people from lower income countries who can't afford to pay such a large amount of money to get faster appointments. Now you imagine if they are unhappy with this $1,000 extra visa interview fee, then how is their reaction when they heard about $5 million gold card? It's very important to know that this particular plan is not official yet. It's just a proposal being discussed internally and it has not been announced as a government policy. A spokesperson for the US State Department has refused to comment on it, saying that it's still under review. For now, visa applicants should continue using the existing system and following their regular procedures. But since this is being discussed in the office, this $1,000 fast-track idea might become a part of new immigration plan. A major scandal has come to the light in the United States involving an Indian-origin businessman named Tanmoy Sharma. He was arrested at the Los Angeles International Airport on May 29th, and that too in a connection with huge healthcare fraud case worth $149 million. Tanmoy Sharma, aged 61 years old, is originally from Guwahati, Assam. He studied medicine at Dibrugarh Medical College and did his internship at Safdarjung Hospital in Delhi, India before moving abroad. In the US, he founded Sovereign Health Group, a company that ran addiction treatment centers across Southern California. According to the US authorities, Sharma and his company used illegal and dishonest methods to make the money. They allegedly tricked people into enrolling in health insurance plans without their knowledge and then billed the finance company for fake and unnecessary treatment. The government claimed that Sharma's company submitted over $149 million in false claims. And yes, that's not all. Sharma is also accused of paying more than $21 million in kickbacks, that's an illegal payment, to others in exchange for referring patients to their company's facilities. These actions are illegal in the US healthcare system, where patients' referrals must be based on medical needs and not money. The US Department of Justice has charged Sharma with several serious crimes, including wire fraud, conspiracy, paying illegal commission for patient referrals, and if convicted, then he could face a long prison time. Sharma was not alone here. Another man named Paul was also involved in this particular case and has been arrested and pleaded not guilty. His trial is expected to begin in late July. Well, this investigation has been going on since several years. In fact, the FBI has raided Sharma's offices and home in 2017, and shortly afterwards, his company, Sovereign Health Group, shut down in 2018. Now, let's talk about Tanmay Sharma. So, before this scandal, Tanmay was a very well known, respected psychiatrist and researcher. He had made a name for himself in the field of mental health, writing over 200 research articles and 5 books. He even served on international medical journal boards and worked on advisory groups for medications. President Donald Trump has made a big decision that's already making headlines around the globe. He has banned people from 12 countries from entering the United States and put extra rule on 7 more nations. The new travel ban will officially start just after the midnight on Monday. Let me tell you why is this happening. According to the Trump administration, this move was made to protect national security. Recently, an Egyptian man was accused of attacking a group of pro-Palestinian demonstrators in Colorado. Then, in response, Trump said that US needs to be extra careful about who is allowed into the country and who is not. He said, "We don't want them here if they are dangerous." Well, the 12 countries facing a full ban include Afghanistan, Myanmar, Chad, the Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. The government says that these countries either don't have good system for background checks or have too many people overstaying their visas. For example, Eritrea has over 20% of its visitors overstaying, and Iran is already labeled as a terrorism sponsor by the US. Afghanistan, on the other hand, reportedly lacks a proper system to track travelers. But yes, that's not all. 7 other countries, Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela, will face partial restrictions. That means people from these nations might not be allowed to get tourist, study, or even work visas easily. Categories like B1, B2, F, M, and J will be really hard to get. The reason? The US claims that these countries either have a high visa overstay rate or they don't work closely with American authority agencies to catch the lawbreakers. Trump, as usual, defended his actions very strongly. He said that I have to protect Americans from people who might want to harm us. In fact, his spokesperson also added that this is about keeping a promise that he made to tighten America's borders and keep its citizens safe. But yes, not everybody agrees. Many critics say that the list of banned countries mainly targets Africans and Muslim majority nations like Trump's first term, that was in 2017. Some people even called this a Muslim ban 2.0. Lawyers and human rights groups are already preparing to challenge the ban in the court, saying that it's unfair and may harm innocent people trying to visit their families or study in the US. Well, the ban could actually affect tourists, students, business travelers, and families from these countries. Many people might be forced to cancel their plans or stay apart from their loved ones. Others might lose scholarship opportunities or job offers. Well, the Trump administration says that the ban isn't permanent. If these countries improve their background checks and cooperate with the US security, they might be taken off the list. But for now, the message is clear. The US is closing its doors to millions of people. As Trump said in his speech, there has been one attack after another from foreign visa stares. This can't go on. Elon Musk, the famous tech entrepreneur behind Tesla, recently talked about Ashok Iluswamy, a talented Indian engineer who leads Tesla's AI team. Now, this mention has become very popular on social media. Elon Musk shared that Ashok was the first person he interviewed when he started building Tesla's autopilot software team almost 10 years ago. That early team is now the core of Tesla's AI efforts, which includes working on self-driving cars and robots. Back in 2015, Elon had posted a message asking for people to join the autopilot software team at Tesla. He wrote that the goal was to develop full self-driving capabilities. Now, the simple message was the start of what would become a groundbreaking AI project. Ashok, who studied in Chennai, India, was the very first person that Elon Musk interviewed for his team. And since then, Ashok has risen through the ranks and now leads the Tesla's entire AI division. Many other key people on Tesla's AI team also joined in those early days, helping the company move from basic driver assist features to advanced self-driving technology. Elon Musk's tweet in 2025 reflects pride in how far the team has come since that first post, highlighting Ashok's important role in leading the innovation. People on social media reacted with excitement and curiosity. Some joked about Ashok chilling at the top of Tesla's AI work, while others said that when Tesla's AI chatbot called Grok would be fully integrated into Tesla cars. Well, Grok responded with information about its rollout happening in June 2025, showing how Tesla is continuously improving its AI technology. And also, yes, in the earlier post, Ashok himself spoke about Elon Musk's strong influence on Tesla's AI journey. He described how autopilot started with a very small and simple computer, one with just about 384 KB of memory, which is a tiny one as compared to today's standards. Despite these limits, Elon's vision pushed the team to create something revolutionary. Ashok emphasized that Tesla is more than just a car company because it's advanced AI and self-driving technology. That's it for today. Thanks for tuning in. Follow TimesXP for more such updates.